G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Today I'm going to do something that I haven't done before, and this one is inspired by Daniel Cooper. I was just flicking through Facebook yesterday and one of his videos came up. It was a little octopus with dots on it, like an iridescent octopus. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. I don't tend to watch his videos because he normally does like really small, like little pendants and things, and it's not really my thing. But this caught my eye, so I thought, I'll have a look and see what it's all about. So check out his video if you want to know more about it. He did use a shiny octopus mold, you know, the little one, not the big one. He used the little octopus mold, and he sanded it to make it matte. And I thought, well, I've got matte molds, and I went through all my drawers and everything and I found them, and I've actually got quite a lot of matte molds. So I'll just run through them quickly with you. Most of them, well, if you get like a fondant mold, like for chocolate, that tends to be a matte mold. So if you're looking for matte molds, check out fondant molds. This one's a little bunny. I've used him before. And I've got a little frog. Now the surface, even though it's matte, it's kind of textured. So I'm just not sure if it's going to work the same way, but I will try it. I want to try the little frog. And then my turtle, this one, the realistic turtle is what it's called. It's also a matte mold. So there's that one. And then there's this Halloween cat one. You may remember I did this one a while back. They're all matte in there as well. But again, they're textured. So not sure how that'll work. But I'm keen to try a textured one. But today I'm just going to do a smooth one. I've got this one. This one's actually little bunny rabbits. So they have got a smooth surface, even though it's matte, it's a smooth surface. So I think those would work well. I've got a mermaid, matte. Again, I need to clean this. I haven't cleaned it from last time I used it. Again, it's matte, but it's got lots of texture and patterns and things on it. So not sure how it'll work, but we will try. I'll do a few of these. And of course, my whale. It's huge. Like this would be amazing in your blues, like blues and greens for the background. So I want to do that one as well. I just can't do them all today. So there's my whale. It's a matte mold, but again, it's textured. So looking forward to using that one. And then I've got these. This one's like a spiral. I've never used this before, but I think, again, I'm looking forward to doing this one because you could do little dots in circles all the way around to follow those. So there's that one. And then there's a similar one here. I'm not quite sure what you would use this one for, just a paperweight or just a little decoration on your workbench or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Again, a matte one. And then we all know this one, the ripple one. I have actually got a shiny one of these. And then this... I bought this one and it came matte and it was ages ago, and I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do with a matte mold, but I'm actually going to use it today. I'm going to use this one today. So that's the other side. So I'm just going to do one and see what it looks like. And then actually may do just at the same time a little froggy, just to see what the difference between a smooth surface and a textured surface do. Then I know if I can sort of move on to use one of my bigger molds, because I don't want to do the big one and then I've wasted resin and flakes and all that kind of thing. So we're going to do that today. So because I'm going to do this one, I'll put that like that so that that's kind of our workspace, and then I'll do the little froggy as well. There. So we'll do those two, a shiny surface, well, not a shiny, a smooth surface and a textured surface, but both in matte finishes, okay? So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Chameleon flakes that Daniel used. I've actually got two types of Chameleon flakes from Resin. This one just says Chameleon flakes, and this one says Chameleon flakes intense color shift. So that sounds like the one I want to use, but I'm sure the others would work just as well, if you can't get these ones. I will link Resin's website, their UK Amazon website and their US Amazon website. And if you use those links that I give you with my coupon code, you'll get 10% off anything that you buy, not just one thing. So anyway, I'm going to use those. This one I'm going to use the violet. Where are you? Violet. And then this one I think I'm going to see if I can find a green because, you know, it's a frog. It needs to be green. And let's have a look, see what I've got. Oh, there's a green. It says lime. What else have we got? Oh, that one says green. I can see purple and things. All right, let's do that. What's this one? This one's blue, lime, and fuchsia. All right, so I'll put those away for another time. I'm sure there'll be plenty of other times to do these. So we'll go green with that one. We'll go violet with this one. And I'm going to mix up my resin and I'll be right back. All right, I have got my resin. I did pop it in the vacuum chamber just for a few minutes because doing a clear piece, even though it's going to be matte, I didn't want big bubbles in it. And I am using Let's Resin's Fast Cure resin. And I wasn't sure exactly how much I needed. If I've got more, I'll have to do another mold. Oh, what a pity. So, wrong way. A and B. So I did 90 grams. I was going to do 100 of A and 90 of B, but I ended up doing 90 of A, 80 of B, because I thought that's way too much. Yeah, basically I'm just going to pour it in, and I'll pour it onto the stick so that we reduce the splashing. And I'm happy to fill it all the way, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until it's touch dry. So, you know, when you touch your resin to see if it's ready or not, and it sticks to you and you go, okay, it's not ready yet. But when you touch it and you can sort of touch it for a second or two and it doesn't stick to you, touch dry, that's when I'm going to come on and dust the Chameleon flakes over the top so that they stick. Then I don't have to do a top coat. In saying that, I will do one down the track where I do pour the resin, do that, and then I want to try like a black background on one and maybe a white background on one. But today we're just doing the clear background just to see. So I'm sure there'll be more experiments to come. So clear background today. I'll do a white and a black background on one of the other molds that I've got there, because as you saw, I've got lots of molds that are matte and I'd like to, yeah, just do a little bit of experiment. It's always fun when there's a new technique going around and everyone has a go at it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have more than, I don't think I'll have any left over. So it's a pretty thick resin, as you can see. I'm trying not to get bubbles into it. There's one there, but I'll get that out. So I thought, well, I'll use the Let's Resin Fast Cure because I'm a bit impatient and I want to get on to the next step later on today. So I should, oh look, I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to take because it's pretty cold in the studio at the moment. It's only 21 degrees Celsius. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how long it's going to take to get to that stage where it's touch dry. So I'll just come back and check it in like 4 hours or something like that. If it was warmer in my studio, it'd probably only be a couple of hours. But, yep, it's pretty cold. So I just want to get this resin into those little front feet there. Probably need to put a little bit more in. So fill them up all the way because, yeah, I'm not doing two layers. It's only going to have the one clear layer. Oh, this one's got a little bit more room too. I'll put a little bit more in there. So that was pretty good, yeah. Just under 200 grams to do these two. So that's it. I'll come back to you when it's time to do the next coat. My torch is on its way out. It must have got resin on it somewhere. It's not wanting to push down. And of course, there's something in there. All right, I'll see you in a few hours. All right, so I've been checking them sort of every 15 minutes lately. This one, because it's deeper, it's cured faster than that one, and it's no longer sticky at all. I don't think that these little flakes are going to stick at all. No, they're not. Okay, so I'll have to do something else with that one. I was telling myself it's going to cure faster because it's deeper, but then I forgot. So this one should be ready. I can touch it, but it's leaving like a little dent. So hopefully it's ready. Look at that. So we shall see how this one's going. Right, they seem to be sticking okay. I guess I could have started a little bit earlier. It also sort of depends on the type of brush that you've got. Sometimes a foam, one of those little foam sort of makeup applicators tend to work differently than these soft brushes. So anyway, I'll just go over this, see if I can get it to stick. I actually thought it would stick better because it's still a little bit, see that bit there, it's still a little bit sticky. Let me try a different brush. This one's a little bit firmer. We'll try that one. Maybe I just need more. It's not going on as well as I thought it might. I don't know if I've got I've got a tiny little foam applicator here. I'm just trying to pick it out of my little jar. I don't know if it'll work any better. Oops. It's got a bit of resin stuck to it. I guess I could have, maybe I needed to wait a little less time. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, we're just going to have to continue and see if I can get it to stick. The resin is quite soft, but it's no longer tacky. Obviously, if I'm doing it, if it's going to be tacky, then it's going to stick to the brush, and we can't have that. See, over on the edges here, it's quite sticky. It's lifting up in places. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, see, it is sticking in. I just have to put a lot more on, I think. Ah, there we go. Let's just put more on and see. All right. I'm going to continue with this. I think I need quite a lot. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to heat the surface a little bit. Hopefully I won't blow everything away. I may blow everything away. I might just get it all to the side. I'm going to just heat the surface a little bit and see if I can get it to kind of go a little bit more sticky just with my heat gun. See if I can get it to stick a little bit better. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we'll just give it a try, shall we? See what happens. I'll go back to my soft brush. This is quite a big soft brush. So I'm trying to rub it into the resin. I'm making a mess, aren't I? See, it's quite sticky on the edges there. So I don't know why it's not sticking. It is in some places. When I sort of look on an angle towards it, it is sort of sticking in some places, but then other areas it's quite sort of blank. Oh gosh, look at that. Okay, you need quite a lot. Oh, you need quite a lot. All right. Did not know that. Here am I trying to put it on like a chameleon powder, and you need quite a lot, obviously. All right, this is working better now that I've got more on here. And that's still a bit sticky. Oh gosh, see, it is still sticky. A bit sticky there. All right. Oh gosh, I just spilled it. A little bit more heat in the center. The edges that are sort of shallower, they take a little bit longer to cure. So these are quite sticky on the sides now. You really don't want to do this when your resin's sticky, because you're just going to end up ruining your brush. But I'm committed now. I have to do it. I gotta go. I just got to finish it. Oh gosh. Now, so if you left a little bit of room in your mold, you could then top coat this with some black or some white. I'd really like to try, like I said, a black one and a white one next time. But for now, I think it will do. It will do. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I'll bring you down so that you can have a look and see what it actually looks like. Because it doesn't look as though it's got a really good covering, especially there. But when you look at it like that, it does look as if it's covered, like totally. It doesn't look as bad as when you look at it like that. And it looks as if there's some areas there missed, but I think it is. I think it's covered. All right. I think what I'm going to do with the other one, I'm just going to pop you back up here on the stand. I need to make it sticky again. I don't think heating it will do. Let's just try it. I think it's too far gone. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll give it a little bit more heat. I just don't want to damage my mold. But I thought I would spray it with something. Let's just see if it will stick now that I've heated it. Oh yeah, it is sticking better than it did. Again, you need quite a lot of this. Just pour some out there. Oh gosh, see, I got some resin on my glove there now from touching that, so everything's sticky. I'm making a mess. Gosh. Okay, so it works if you pile it on and really push it down into the surface. That tends to work. With this one, I was just like brushing it on more gently, like I would a Chameleon powder, instead of this flake. Okay, so yeah, that works. Okay, so press it all in like that, and then give it a brush. All right, that's worked. That has worked. Now I'm going to have to clean that up. I'll show you what this one looks like as well. On the top, see, it's totally covered on the top now. So basically, I'm just going to let those cure now. And then once they are cured totally, I'll unmold and we'll do the next step. So I'm glad that worked. I was a bit worried now. I thought, this is not going to stick. All right, see you soon. All right, so just to be on the safe side, to make sure that I have totally covered everything, I put a little bit of the Chameleon powder, which is much finer than the Chameleon flakes, to kind of fill in the gaps, if I had any, only because I was worried that there may be some. So the dark magenta, I just put a tiny little bit on there, and I just brushed it with my brush, just with that one, magenta. And then with the froggy, I used a little bit of this dark green and just brushed a bit on there. I may not have even needed to do it, but I thought, oh, I'm just going to do it because I've got them, and I was worried that, you know, I might have some gaps. And while I was doing that, it occurred to me that this technique is exactly the same, except in reverse to the raindrop effect. Who remembers this? We were all kind of doing it at the same time. It was fascinating to do, and I really enjoyed doing it. So with this, if you hadn't done one or hadn't seen it, it's like I said, it's the exact opposite to what we're doing here. It's in reverse. So this one, we put the resin down, then the Chameleon, and then we're going to put the UV drops on. With this, totally in reverse, UV drops first onto the mold, then the Chameleon, then we filled it up with resin. So how cool is that? Exact opposite. Yeah, it just occurred to me that it's exactly the same except in reverse. Okay, so now we'll let these cure and then unmold them and do the UV resin drops. All right, I think they're done. I can press on it and I don't feel any softness. And this one should be done too. So let's get them out. Now, ideally, I would top coat that because we've got chameleon powders on there and like raw chameleon flakes and things on it. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to do this. I could potentially, if I wanted to, get out my, oh, it's a bit soft there, my can of black spray paint and paint the back, or you could use nail polish, anything like that really. You could put a coloured UV resin over the back just to seal the back. But for the sake of today, just because I'm practicing, we'll see. All right, here we go. Oh, there's a little bit of colour there. There's not a lot of colour there. Not a lot. This one obviously hasn't, even though I thought it had a good covering, it obviously hasn't got a really good covering to it. Let me get a piece of black card. I'll put it on some black paper. There we go. So it has got some shimmer to it, some colour that I can see through there. It's probably because it's quite thick, it's got like a textured pattern on it. Maybe you can't see it as well, and also because, yeah, I didn't cover it all that well. Now that I'm looking at it, I can see it's not covered all that well. But anyway, there we go. I'll still put the UV resin on it because where it hits we'll be able to see through because it'll look clear and the rest of it will be frosted. So we should still be able to hopefully get a nice effect. All right, let's get this guy out. See how we've gone with this one. Hopefully we get oh, it's a little bit bendy still. Never mind. All right, I'll have to I'll have to put my mold in the sink and wash it. All right, let's put this one next to here on the, might as well use my black. All right, let's have a little look. Okay, oh gosh, what's that? That must have been in my mold. I'm not sure what that is. I'll cover those. But look, we're getting some, can you see? We're getting some kind of effects happening there. Definitely getting some effects happening there. All right, so that's our pink one and that's our green one. Just wipe my little hands here. But yeah, we should definitely, if you're going to use chameleon powder, coat the back. But experiment, okay? Experiment. I'm not sure what those little marks are. I must have had something in, actually it may be, I've used this mold once and then I realized it wasn't shiny. So it's got, I don't know, can you see the little dots there? Not sure what that is. Must be old resin stuck in there maybe. Yeah, there's one there too. Anyway, that's okay. Never mind. All right, now look what I've got. I got these little like paint palette type things for me to use for UV resin, and I am using the Let's Resin UV resin. It says clear hard type. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I mean, you could potentially just drip or drop from here, but sometimes you get a bubble coming out of there and then you end up having a bubble in your work. So I'm just going to put some in there, put the lid back on. Now I do need to move this away from my lamp, otherwise it's going to start curing in there. And I can see a couple of little bubbles on top, so I'll just zap those. I think that's good. All right, Now I've got, this is just like a little plastic stick. I think it had like a cotton ball or something like that on the tip of it. All right, I'm a bit nervous. Anyway, I pulled that off. It's an old one. So I'm going to use that to do my little drops, I think. Let's have a look. I'm not sure exactly where I want to put them. Oh gosh. Do I want to put them, do I want to put them on the ridge? Or maybe on the side? Probably not on the tip of the ridge because it's going to drip down, isn't it? Let's do a few kind of on the side. I think they're going to sort of drip pretty fast though. I might start off with some kind of bigger ones in the middle. All right, let's just zap that for just like, you know, 10 or so seconds. I guess maybe I should tilt it so that they're not wanting to run down the side. Better move you out of the way before you start curing. But anyway, it's a learning process, isn't it? I do have a torch, like a UV torch. But I think the batteries are running low. Maybe I'll try that. Anyway, it's had like 30 seconds. I'll just aim it away. Might be better for me to actually hold it like that. Oh gosh, it is still a bit bendy. Oh my gosh. I should have waited. I should have waited. Now, let's just, I want to see if I can, I'll just kind of, excuse me, fluffing around here. I'm just trying to work out how I can do this because I don't want them kind of running down. I'll hold it on an angle like that. That way they're going to go sit on the flat surface and not go too elongated. Oops, dropped one. Okay, let's cure those real quick. Actually, I'll try this. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's strong enough. You doing anything? May have to get a new one. No, I don't think you're doing anything, actually. I don't think you're doing anything. These two have joined together now. Oh my gosh, how do I do with that? What do I do now? It's joined together. Oh gosh, let's just cure it. I'm learning, you guys. I'm learning. Oh my gosh. Right, I might try and, I probably can't peel. Normally, like if you put a drop, you know, a UV drop on your mold and it's in the wrong spot or they're joined together or something, you can just peel them off. But I don't think you can on this. I don't think we're going to be able to do that. I don't think we can. Can we peel that off? But I'm not sure. Probably not. Probably not. All right, let's just leave it like that. I am just going to continue how I was. I'm not going to worry about lifting it up and all that kind of thing. I'm just going to do a few. I guess you could wipe it off if it dripped. Okay, this is going to take longer than I expected because I think I am going to kind of have to hold it like this, just so that they don't run down the hill, so to speak. I don't think I'm doing a very good job here, you guys. Oh gosh. All right, here we go. Let's just cure that. Once I've done a few, I'm sure I'll get into the rhythm of it. Oops, don't cure that. I think it only needs probably maybe 20 seconds just to kind of set the outside, to stop it from running. And aim that the other way. All right, here we go. I'll I'll do a couple and then I'm just going to put you on a time lapse because you don't want to watch me do all of them. It's going to take a long time. Might go and see if I can get some new batteries for this because yeah, it's just not working. Set it back on another 60 seconds and I'll do the other side of this particular one. Guess you could do lines, I guess, I don't know, whatever takes your fancy really, whatever sort of design or pattern you wanted to do. I'm just going to do dots for now. Try and kind of do bigger ones there, and then as it gets down to the point there, the pointy end, I can do some smaller ones. I better cure this real quick to stop it from running away. And again, just 10-20 seconds or so. All right, I'm going to finish this. I'll put you on a bit of a time lapse just so you can watch the whole procedure there, and I'll catch up with you afterwards, and then we'll move on to the little froggy. Hey, there we go. Look, I think it'll look quite pretty once it's done. Oh gosh. Okay, I have finished this one. I haven't done that one yet, obviously. I finished this one. So I'm going to take you around. Just hang on to my phone properly so that I don't drop it. And look at that. What do you think? So this was the violet one. But obviously you can see violet that way, and then you can also see like a bluey green and some yellow. So anyway, let's go away from the LED lights and we'll just see what it looks like in some different lights. Oops, not with me in the way. Oh gosh. All right, there we go. Look at that. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? That's just with the normal lights on overhead. Try not to drop it. That would be awful, wouldn't it? So that way, nothing. And then when we tilt it, you can see through those clear dots. You can see through those. And that's what's giving you the shimmer. Now, there are some dots like that have sort of run together. But look, I think it's not bad for my first attempt. It reminds me of octopus tentacles, doesn't it? It does. Oh, it's so cool. And I did some little, I sort of started bigger in the middle and then sort of went smaller down into those points there. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to add any more. I think that's enough. So that looks pretty cool. So definitely getting like a pinky, purpley that way. And then when you tilt it, oh gosh, look at that. That's even better, isn't it? That's so cool. It's really pretty. So anyway, that was a lot of fun. It took a bit of time. But yeah, it was a bit of a challenge. I like doing something a little bit different, something new that I haven't done before. It's interesting, isn't it? All right, so put that one to the side over there, and we are going to work on this little dude. So I'll turn my light on so that it's ready to go, and I'm going to just start up here. Try not to get my little paint palette in the way of the UV lamp. Hopefully these aren't going to run too far. If they start to run, I'm just going to have to do that and just kind of tilt it a little bit. So look, I think 10 seconds-ish, 10 seconds-ish, is that a word? is probably enough just to set the top so it doesn't, you know, start to run away, but maybe 10 to 20, I guess. And then we'll move that and do some more. So yeah, I'm not really sure how I want this to be. I'm just going to do some dots around the back there. Now it's starting to sort of drop down its back a little bit there, so I kind of have to tilt it up a little bit. So much easier if you've just got a flat surface. So it does take a little while because, you know, you have to do a couple, and if it starts to run down a slope, then you have to stop and put the heat lamp on, the UV lamp on. This is just a nail one. I'll show you. See, it's got lots and lots of lights underneath. I bought the most powerful one I could find. This is just called Blue Q Professional Nail Lamp. All right, so yeah, I don't know that it's going to work as well. I kind of feel as if I need to put some more Chameleon powders underneath. I may do that. But anyway, let's continue with this. Some little drops on his back. He's been out in the rain. He's been rained on. I'll try and follow the pattern that I've got going. Okay. Anyway, you get the general idea. I'm just trying to think how I can put some more flakes on the back. I've got a quick set like spray glue. I may try that. What do you think? Do you think that would work? And then I can put some more of these. Oh no, that's the Chameleon powder. I have to get my flakes back out. So I've nearly finished the little froggy, and I thought what I would do is put some of the UV resin. Can you see I put it on top, just like a stripe there on top of his arm? These two kind of melded together, that's a stripe. So I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool. I'll do a stripe there, a stripe here, and I'm going to do a stripe along the back there. Just like that. Push it in. Might have to get my little toothpick to make it go a little bit thinner. If I make a mistake, just use my little baby wipe. Don't want it touching that other dot, but I just want it to go in that little crevice there. I think that looks nice. It's a bit of a fiddly little thing. All right, let's cure that one. Oops, I missed a tiny bit. There we go. Yep, that's got it. Cure that one. Just for 10 seconds or 20 seconds. Now, before I started the frog, I did something and I recorded it, but then when I went to watch it back, it hadn't recorded, and I think because my gloves are a bit sticky, when I pressed record, it didn't work. So what I did was, because I didn't think I had very much colour on the back, what I did was, and I thought I'm going to tell you because it was a great little hack, I sprayed the back. I just turned the froggy over, put on a piece of paper towel, and I sprayed some of this Selleys Quick Grip Spray adhesive. So I sprayed that on, just a quick little spray, and then I went back over it with my Chameleon Flakes, my Let's Resin Chameleon Flakes, with my little brush, and you guys, it stuck so well, and it dried really fast. It's no sticky residue. Amazing. It is incredible. So I would suggest that you guys do that if you're like me and left your resin too long and you know, it hardened. Definitely grab your spray adhesive and yeah, do that. Now I need to pick this up. It's easier if I pick it up. Try and get that to go in that little crevice there. My little stick, which was pointy, is no longer pointy. So it's got a build up of resin on it, of UV resin on it. So I'm going to have to just use my little toothpick just to push that in there. I'm loving my little paint palette thingy that I got. I'll join that up to the arm there, like so. I'll run that through there, right down to the back. Make sure that it's covering that little groove there. Yeah, I'm liking that. Just to add a little bit more colour. There we go. Cure that one. Move this out of the way. And then I think I've only got one more leg to do. So anyway, I'll finish it. I won't bore you making you watch the whole thing. I'll finish it and then I'll come back to you. I think I'm finished. It's hard to know when to stop. I added some little tiny ones in as well. So what I'm going to do is, if I've got wet resin still on here, I can just clean it out with my little baby wipe. Otherwise, if you've got cured resin on there, you can just sort of pop it off. Probably needs to go into the curing machine a little bit, but easy enough just to wipe out like that. And then there you go. You can use it again next time we do UV resin. And, well, I actually bought it to, you know, mix some colours. For when I'm doing smaller things, I can mix mica powders in with UV resin. So that's what I bought them for. I think it came in a pack of 5. All right. Now I'm just giving this another 2 minutes just to do the whole thing. And then I'll go for a little walk around and we'll see if we can pick up some pretty colours. All right, I think we are done. So let's take this around. Oh, look at that! Wow, it probably doesn't even need to sit on a piece of black card, but I might take one with anyway, just so I've got something to balance it on. And there we go. Alrighty, off we go. Let's have a little look. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I did a little drop. Now, if you look at it that way, there's nothing, but when you catch it in the light, it's just gorgeous. I did do a drop of UV resin on each eye as well, and on each little toe down there. Look at that. So this is the green Chameleon flakes, but as you can see, it throws purple, there's a bit of gold or yellow, I think. Let's have a look at this way. Certainly green that way, purple, and around this way again. That is so cool. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing those. Now, the next what I want to do, I am really looking forward to do my whale. Now that I know that's something that's got this texture, if you look really closely, you can see the texture on the skin of the frog. See that? It is kind of textured all over. It's not smooth, even though it's matte. It's not a smooth mold. It's got that texture on it. So I think that my whale mold should look really good. Now I'm going to put my frog on his little lily pad. Why not? A frog on a lily pad. There you go. All right, let's go. Oh, there we go. Ta-da! There it is. Frog on a lily pad. What do you think? Let me know. So again, totally inspired by Daniel Cooper. Thanks, Daniel, for another lovely idea. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a go. And let me know what you think. But yeah, that spray-on glue, oh, definitely worth trying. Definitely. If you've got any hiding around in your studio, up in your garage or something, definitely give that a go. Alrighty, that's me done. It's late. I need to go and have my dinner. So I will see you all again real soon for the next video. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. Love you all. Bye for now.